After the 2010 win, center-right Fidesz and allied Christian Democrats in Hungary once again secured a two-thirds supermajority in parliament. After counting ballots of temporary Czech residents and votes coming from consular bodies, final results show that the Fidesz Christian Democrats came in first place with 96 winning candidates out of 106 individual constituencies. The leftist alliance could win only 2 constituencies outside Budapest, in Miskolc and in Szeged. In the capital, out of the 18 mandates, 10 were clinched by the ruling alliance, while 8 districts colored in red went to the leftist parties. Hungarians living abroad could cast their votes for the first time. 95% of the around 130,000 mailed votes coming from them supported the Fidesz Christian Democrat parties. Radical nationalist Jobbik garnered 2, while the leftist parties got 1% of foreign votes. The new 199-member parliament will consist of 133 members strong Fidesz Christian Democrat group, meaning a supermajority. The leftist parties will stand up with 38 deputies. Jobbik with 23 lawmakers will have a relatively weakened power as against the previous cycle. The Politics Can Be Different party, just clearing the parliamentary threshold, will have 5 deputies. Hedvig Malina's case was raised at a plenary of the European Parliament in Strasbourg. A representative of the Party of Hungarian Community of Slovakia asked the European Commission to ensure that the rule of law is observed in Slovakia. The lawmakers said that Malina, who claims to have been beaten in Nyitra 7 years ago because she was overheard speaking Hungarian, is still being harassed and charged with making false testimony, while her attackers have not been sentenced. Deputy Prime Minister for Hungarian Communities Abroad, Zsolt Semjén, does not expect any fundamental changes in the new government. Speaking on public television M1, Semjén said that the next parliament's strong KDNP group would ensure that Hungary's 70-year-old Christian democratic movement is prominently represented in the next governing cycle. The government encourages Hungarians in Transylvania to vote for the list of the RMDS party and send as many deputies to the EU Parliament as possible. The government will also give all its help to the Party of Hungarian Community in Slovakia in the European parliamentary elections, he added. Representing Hungarian national interests within the European Union should be the primary focus of Hungary's deputies in the European Parliament, according to Fidesz delegated leaders of the Hungarian Parliament's National Cohesion Committee. Balázs Hídvégi, the deputy head of the committee, said the Hungarian nation should be protected against extremist ideologies and national unity should be reinforced through the EP election. The lawmakers said the ruling party's policy on Hungarian communities abroad is well reflected in the fact that their list includes the names of ethnic Hungarian candidates from neighboring countries.
István Pásztor, the leader of the Alliance of Vojvodina Hungarians, held talks with Serbian President Tomislav Nikolic about the formulation of the new Serbian government. Pásztor said after the meeting that it carries advantages for Vojvodina Hungarians and Serbia both, that the VMS will form part of Serbia's new government. The Serbian president shared this view, he said. The VMS and the Serbian Progressive Party are expected to sign their coalition agreement next week. The VMS, as a coalition partner, will have the mandate to appoint state secretaries, councillors and committee heads, and can also appoint people to serve as ambassadors.
Romania has failed to meet its obligations outlined in the European Charter of Regional or Minority Languages and has fallen into arrears with its report on application of the Charter in Romania, the deputy leader of RMDS said. László Borbély said that RMDS had prepared a 100-page shadow report highlighting the shortcomings. The document will be published after the official Romanian report is presented.
Commemorations of Hungarian victims of the Holocaust were held nationwide on Wednesday. Every year since 2001, it is remembered that on April 16 in 1944, the ghetto for Hungarian Jews was created. Hungary's President János Áder bowed in a moment of silence by the Holocaust Memorial on the Danube embankment in the memory of the innocent Hungarians deported. Prime Minister Viktor Orbán, in a letter to the Jewish organization Mazsihis, called the Holocaust a pain and loss shared by the whole nation. The Prime Minister wrote, "The pain suffered by Hungary's Jewish community is a pain for every Hungarian." He said that Mazsihis can count on the respect, friendship and protection of the new government soon to be formed. Hungarian President János Áder hosted a gala dinner in honor of Ernő Rubik, the inventor of the world-famous Rubik's Cube. Rubik created the game that earned world fame 40 years ago. The Hungarian Public Service Media will celebrate the anniversary with a 24-hour program series entitled Rubik 40, The Day of Hungarian Creativity on April 27. It will feature Hungarian scientists and inventors with documentaries and live broadcast panel discussions.